What an interesting day, y'all. This is not a planned video. I just had to check in. Instagram and Facebook have been down most of the day, in case you were not aware of that. Now, if you're asking me what exactly happened to make it go down, obviously I don't really know. That's like a whole new level of techie that I am not, and actually most people are not, that Facebook themselves obviously is still trying to figure out what's happening. It's about 6 o'clock Eastern time at this point, and Facebook and Instagram are now up to the point where you can get on it, but you can't do a lot. I don't think you can do anything. We just tried posting, it didn't work. So it's gonna be some time until everything is straightened out as it should be. This is kind of wild, and honestly, Twitter was blowing up. It was a lot of fun today. We'll make sure those tweets make it to Instagram and Facebook if you're not on Twitter, but we were having some fun with people and watching what other people were reflecting on as Facebook and Instagram were down. But what I want to talk about right now is what this tells us. What can we learn from Facebook and Instagram crashing? You know, this is not the first time that they have crashed, and just like a year ago, we heard about TikTok potentially being gone in the United States. There have been days where Zoom is down, where Google Drive is down. Honestly, it's like this whole internet thing is almost like unreliable or something. Now, okay, I wouldn't go that far, but social media itself is unreliable. Now, I talked to you mostly about that. Michelle does the website stuff, right? For as valuable as it is, and obviously as affected the world is with Facebook and Instagram being down today, you, as a community, need to have some other options going on for you. Preferably options that are like well established, like an email list. You can reach out to people, and besides that, email doesn't have like algorithms that you have to worry about. Your website is another important part of this. You need to have a website. Websites don't have algorithms. You can get on websites. Now, yeah, sometimes websites crash and updates happen, and you have to deal with things there too, but it's yours. It is yours. It's not Mark Zuckerberg's. It's not anyone else's. You deal with that. And if you have problems, you can call us, and maybe we can help, or at least point you in the right direction, but you at least own it, right? You can control the content. Here, if you were supposed to connect with people on Instagram today and that was the only way you're going to connect with them, that's it. Hopefully you could reach out in another way. Hopefully you had their numbers or email addresses. But I really do hope this like wakes some people up to the fact that a website is necessary, that email lists are necessary. The other thing I'm hoping that it kind of shakes people up a little bit too is how much time they're spending on these social media platforms. So how many times today were you like, oh, I should check Facebook or check Instagram? I saw some people on Twitter saying like they were trying to go on Facebook so they could talk about the fact that Facebook was down in a group. And they were like, oh duh. It's a part of our lives. It's part of the fabric of our lives. But it's worth paying attention to. And times like this can shake us up and say, do I want that app on my phone? Do I want to set time limits for that app? Yes, even as church leaders, faith leaders, spiritual leaders, you gotta have limits, you gotta have boundaries, you gotta take care of yourself. So for as important as I tell you social media is, I also think it's important that you monitor how much time you are spending on it and how that's treating you. Now, does this all mean we should jump on Twitter and make sure we have our Twitter profiles all set up? No. Honestly, no. I mean, you can have a Twitter profile if you think, especially if your people are on it, that's a great way to reach people. Some communities are like strictly on Twitter. But if your people aren't there, I'm not telling you to prioritize Twitter just because Facebook and Instagram went down. That's not what this is about. This is about having other options available to you, specifically email list and website. But it's also about rest. And if you have to make a call tonight about an event that's supposed to be on Facebook or Instagram, I hope that you choose to just say, you know what, we're taking the week off. We're enjoying the sunset out there, which I'm about to go do. This may have not been the most helpful Digi video we've ever put out, but we had to say hey because this is just wild historical stuff. Okay, apparently Facebook was down for like over 24 hours just like 2 years ago, so it's not really that historical, it just felt important. If you want actual digital ministry tips and trends, subscribe and we'll be back with that actually tomorrow morning. So we'll see you then, and we'll be going on a walk. That will be fun. Peace.